In this video, we're going to talk about 10 things you should do before starting print on demand. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juno with Detour Shirts, the channel all about helping you design and sell t-shirts online. If that's something you like to do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things you should do before you start print on demand. So I run a Facebook group for print on demand, Detour Shirts Facebook group, and I see all the time in the comments of different things people are going through starting their print on demand. And if they just did all these 10 things, they would be better off. So I put this list of 10 things together to help you, any of you that want to start print on demand or are on print on demand, just to get you ahead of those that don't do all these 10 things. So you're going to want to stay till the end to see all 10 things on this list, as well as another edition of trend credits. This is going to be a good one. Let's get started. So the first thing you should do is read and know about the terms of service. So every print on demand has a different terms of service. Basically, these are the things that you should and shouldn't do. These are the things that could get your account in jeopardy. And I see it all the time. People jump on print on demand, load up things that they shouldn't, and get their account closed. And that's something you never want to do, is get your account closed, because then you just are stopped. You can't upload anymore and your print on demand journey is over before it even started. So make sure to read the terms of service of each print on demand shop. So for example, here's Merch by Amazon's terms of service or content policies. You can see some of the things that they don't want you to do. Don't upload illegal or infringing content. That includes things that are trademarked or copywritten. This is where you can check trademarks. Don't upload any offensive or controversial content, and this is the list. And these are some other things not allowed. And every print-on-demand site has their own content policies, so learn those before uploading, and you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. So that leads right into thing number 2 that you should do, and that is to learn about trademarks and copyright. So one of the biggest reasons I see that people are getting kicked off of Merch by Amazon and RedBubble is trademark and copyright infringement. So you may be wondering, what's the difference between copyright and trademark? So copyright here on the left, original works of authorship such as books, articles, songs, photographs, sculptures, choreography, sound recordings, motion pictures, and other works. So movies, TV shows, books, songs, any of those things copyrighted, okay? Don't take any of those. And trademark on this side, on the right, any word, phrase, symbol, and or design that identifies and distinguishes the source of goods from one party to the other. So phrases and slogans like, where's the beef, or live Moss, or I'm loving it, right, from McDonald's. So those are the phrases. There's some other ones. So there's places where you can check on trademarks, and let me show you that. So remember this list here from content policies, where these were the places you can check for trademarks. And in the US, it's USPTO. It looks like this, uspto.gov. And you can search for trademarks here. Just click on this. And you can bookmark this, by the way. And then basic word mark, and you can check, if something's trademarked here. So I'm loving it. Yes, it is live. It's McDonald's, right? So things like that. So it's very important you know about trademark and copyrights, because again, you don't want to get shut down before you even started. So the third thing that you should know about is to learn all the fees in each print on demand shop, each POD site. Some POD sites are totally free, and other POD sites actually cost you some money. So for example, if you're running a Shopify store, you're going to have to pay for Shopify. You're going to have to pay for Printful to print your stuff and all those things. Etsy has fees themselves if you're going to go the Etsy route. There are other places where they're going to charge you a shop fee. So if you're going to sell on their marketplace, it might be free, but to make a shop, it might cost you some money. So look into some of these print-on-demand shops. Make sure you know what you're paying for, what you're getting. Is it totally free, or is there going to be some fees? And it's okay if there's fees, but you should know about it before getting into it. So just a heads up, not all print-on-demand sites are free. Some of them have some hidden fees that you may not know about, and make sure to check around, ask around, and do your research so that you know how much you're paying for when you get on these print-on-demand sites. So here's a good example of fees. I'm on CafePress.com, one of the print-on-demand sites that I use, but you have to know these things. Payment plan 1, no upfront costs. So we have the right to deduct 10% per month from your commissions up to a maximum of $10. Payment plan 2, prepay and save money. $6.95 per month or $18.45 per 3 months. So you can see here there is a cost for their shop fee, which you may not have known. So make sure you read all the fine print, the seller terms, the terms of service. Every print-on-demand shop has something different. So make sure you look into that before just jumping in. So the next thing you should know about is know the profit margins. So different print-on-demand sites pay you differently for what you're selling on different products, different ways they pay you. So some print-on-demand sites will let you mark up something and give you the difference. So there's usually a base price when this happens. So for example, Merch by Amazon has a base price of about $13 something for a standard shirt. As you raise the price of the shirt, you'll also get paid more. So that's the way that Merch by Amazon does it. But other places has a set price of a t-shirt, and they will only pay you a set price. So there are some places that all their shirts are $20, for example, and you only get $4. So make sure you know what the profit is for each product that you're selling. Some people have a straight 20% commission or a straight 10% commission or a straight 5% commission. That's different than actually raising the price and getting a different percentage of the royalty. So learn how much you're going to get for each product so that you can do the math and figure out how much you need to sell, how many t-shirts, how many products you need to sell to make the goal that you want to make. So here's RedBubble, for example. You can see the markup is at 40%. I marked that up at 40%, but normally they start off at 20%, but as you raise them, like this, if I did 40% here, you can see my margin went up of what I could make up for a phone case in this example. So you can do this on any of your print-on-demand sites and look at the margin, or do your research on what the margin is if you can't go and find it without signing up. But make sure you look at this before uploading anything and know what your margin is and how much you're going to make on a sale. So again, this is just RedBubble, and each print-on-demand site will have their own markup, different ways they mark it up, different ways that you can make a profit. So another thing you should learn how to do is to know how to research. So every print-on-demand site will have their best sellers, they'll have their own audience, and they'll have the things that sell well on their site. So on Amazon, for example, you can go in and type in their search bar, and it will kind of auto-complete on the things that are trending or things that people are looking for. You can also look at BSRs to see what's selling. Similarly, on other print-on-demand sites, you can see what their best sellers are and kind of just see what they're known for. So do the research before starting print-on-demand so you know what is selling well. You don't want to just throw up any kinds of t-shirts or any designs on products without knowing if it's going to sell well on that site. So learn how to do research and learn what's selling well so that you know what to design before putting it on a product. So here I am on Amazon just to show you what I'm talking about. This is the search bar. I'm going to start typing. I'm going to be a Big Brother shirt. So there we go. And you can see how many results there are. Are people looking for it? Low BSRs. Wow, that's good. So you know that. That's one way you can research on what people are buying, what people are looking for. Maybe there's an interest in doing designs for kids who are going to be Big Brothers and take your own spin on that. So that's one way to research, to do tools like this. Absolutely free way to research. You can go on the other pod sites and see what's trending and see if people are looking for it and the results there. So learn how to research to find topics that people are looking for and want to buy. So another thing you should know about before going on to print on demand, especially for t-shirts, is to learn what good t-shirt design looks like. So if you're going to sell t-shirts, you actually need to know what good t-shirt design looks like. You don't have to know how to design it. You don't have to be a designer, but you got to have a base of what people are looking for. Now, if you're not going to do t-shirts and you're going to sell other products, know what those good products look like as well. So if you're going to sell stickers, what does a good sticker look like? So if you're going to sell a water bottle, know what a good water bottle will look like. So you got to know what the product is. You got to learn what the product is really well before you're going to sell it. I see so many comments in my RedBubble group of people asking, why doesn't my t-shirt sell? I've been uploading tons and tons of t-shirts. Well, most of the time it's because those t-shirts don't look like t-shirts people want to buy. So this will give you a big advantage, at least knowing what good t-shirts look like. So now that we have the internet, there really is no excuse for you not to know what a good t-shirt looks like. Here I am on Pinterest. I can just type in t-shirts and all day long, I can scroll all day long and look at t-shirts, right? You can look at funny t-shirts or t-shirts for women or t-shirts with saying, t-shirt designs. Look how easy it is. So look at these. These are what people are buying. You could go on Amazon and type in t-shirts and look at the BSRs and look at the different styles there. Pinterest is a great way to start boards. So if you want, when you find your t-shirts that you like and see that are selling, make a board for it. Nice design t-shirts, designs for women, designs for men, designs for these holidays. Start making a board so that you can see and gather data on what a good t-shirt looks like. And I'm just talking about t-shirts, but maybe you're selling other things on print on demand. Make a board for that and see what good design looks like. Study that and figure out what it is so that you can be ahead of those that don't know what good design sells like, and you can at least provide something that people want to buy. So the next thing I suggest, and it goes along with learning about good design, is learning about fonts. If you're going to use fonts in your designs, make sure to know what different fonts work well with each other, what different fonts work well for different types of genres, different types of topics. Learn about your basic fonts like thick fonts, sans serif fonts, serif fonts. Do some research and look what fonts are used the best. Find thick fonts, thick, bold fonts that stand out and are easy to read, and start a collection of your favorite fonts that you want to use. And I would suggest starting a collection of fonts. So in Affinity Designer, you can favorite some fonts. So you can put the heart right there on Affinity Designer and it will save it as a favorite font. But you can also look on the internet of what fonts work well for t-shirts, what fonts work well for men, for women, for kids, all the different topics, and find at least 10 good fonts that are going to be your powerhouse fonts that you can use on anything. And after you get those 10, you can branch out and look for some other ones. But get to know the fonts. You don't have to know the names of the fonts, but just find fonts that work well on t-shirts or the products that you're going to use on print on demand. So one place that I like to go to find my fonts is myfonts.com. Right here, you can see they have over 130,000 fonts. Now, a lot of these fonts are not free. They're paid fonts, but there are other places. If you're looking for free fonts on the internet, there's other places, and then there, just type in free font. Just make sure that you have commercial license for your fonts, that you are not just using fonts for personal use, because when you're designing and selling, that's not personal use anymore. That is commercial use. So find good fonts that are bold like this and stand out, easy to read. So that's a huge tip, to make sure to find great fonts that you can use on your products. So the next thing you should know is learn about the upload sizes. So every print on demand shop has different upload sizes. Merch by Amazon has their own size for t-shirts and hoodies and pop sockets and all those things. RedBubble has their own sizes. TeePublic has their own sizes. So every print on demand shop has their own sizes, and sometimes they can mix and match, but other times they can't. So for example, you can use Merch by Amazon sizes on RedBubble, but you can't use RedBubble sizes on Merch by Amazon. So you're going to want to know the upload sizes so that the design fits perfectly on the product. Sometimes if you don't use the right upload size, it's not going to look nice on the product. There may be some white space or black space or weird things that happen on the product. So make sure that you know the upload size for each product on each print on demand site. So for example, here on RedBubble, you can see apparel. These are all the different sizes for leggings, socks, pins, masks, bags, cases, home decor. So sometimes you need to have the exact pixel size for it to work. Mugs, for example, is one of them. If you don't have this exact size, it may look different on your mug and it may not stretch and look the way you want it on a mug. So same thing with postcards, for example. It's best if you have this size or at least these dimensions for it to work on a postcard. So learn about the different dimensions, different upload sizes for each of the products and each of the print-on-demand sites. And another thing, and it's kind of a catch-all, is to know about each specific print-on-demand site before joining. So each print-on-demand site is different, as we've seen. Each of them have their own terms of service. Each of them have their own kinds of fees, their royalties, their upload sizes, and they have their own audience too. So learn about each one, do your research. Not all print-on-demand sites are the same. Some of them might actually work better for you than others. They might work better with your style. They might have better traffic. Just do the research and find the ones that are best for you. Maybe it works well with your art style. Maybe it has products that you want to sell, those kinds of things. Just do the research on each print-on-demand site before joining them. So one thing you could do to find the differences is go to YouTube and you can just type in RedBubble versus, and you can see all of these: RedBubble versus Teespring, Printify, and you can do this with other print-on-demand shop. I just picked RedBubble first. So there's tons of videos on the differences between different print-on-demand shops. So watch those before joining and figure out which one is best for you. So the last thing I suggest that you do is to have a plan. You need to go into print on demand having a plan. So when I started Merch by Amazon, I did the research and kind of found out what the royalties were, how much I was going to get paid for each t-shirt, and how many t-shirts I would need to make my monthly goal, and then how many t-shirts I would need to upload to get that kind of sale. So know ahead of time that print on demand is not going to make you money really quick. It is something that's going to take a long time to build up. And if you're not a designer, you're going to have a plan on how you're going to get the designs to upload as well. So go in it having a plan, knowing good research tactics, knowing all these 10 things actually. So all these things that I'm telling you in this video can help you make a good plan and make sure that you reach your goals. So remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So make sure you have a good goal. Make sure you have a plan to get to that goal. And more importantly, make sure that you do that plan so that you can make that goal. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of consistency, and a lot of months and possibly years before you reach the goal that you want. So make sure that you have a long-term plan. Print on demand isn't a get-rich-quick business unless you're selling really high profit items, and even then you're going to have to learn how to sell those as well. So be patient, be consistent, and have a plan on what you're going to do. So here is the full list: 10 things to do before you start print on demand. Take a screenshot right here. Keep this. This can be used for those that haven't started print on demand, or if you already started and you haven't done all these 10 things, make sure that you do all these 10 things. This is great. This will get you ahead of most people that haven't started these things. And hopefully this is really helpful on your print on demand journey. So I think these 10 things are really important for anybody starting print on demand. Let me know in the comments if there's another one, or if you've done all of these things, or which one of these is most important to you. I'd like to hear it. Thanks so much for watching this video, and your reward for staying all the way to the end is another edition of Trend Credits. Thanks for staying to the end for this trend credit. Here is your trend. I'll be in my office garden. So you can see here some low BSRs. I'll be in my office. Here's another one. I'll be in my office. So Merch Informer, it's getting an A. I'll be in my office garden. Lots of gardening stuff popping up right now. It's getting to be spring. So you don't necessarily have to follow this trend, but garden things are trending because spring is coming. A lot more people are gardening this year than they were before. So gardening has become a really popular niche or niche, however you want to say it. So you can see this is one example of that. Figure out your own phrase for gardening if you don't want to do this one. I think there's lots of potential here. So again, this is your trend. I'll be in my office garden shirt. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If this video gave you some value, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. You can hit this little one right here in the bottom corner if you're not subscribed already. I hope this video was really helpful for you. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.